down
every show we
down to my booty.
Every show we end up talking about hair because she gets so upset.
No, I'm not upset. You should be upset for me. You should be upset with me. You should be like, you know what, Mia? I fumbled the bag. I dropped the ball.
Well, guess what, guys? We're live. 16 seconds in. Thank y'all for joining us. Happy Friday! Mia's choking, friends. Mia's choking.
No, guys, I've been going to my job, and I literally have an immune system of steel, and I only ever get sick when I go to my job, and those kids touch me. Not like that.
Ooh.
When I come in contact with them, they just be breathing my oxygen. I get sick. So
I think we understood. We didn't need that.
Okay, because
whose head's in the gutter? If your head's in the gutter, get out of there.
No clarification needed.
Exactly.
You got to be careful clarifying before we get canceled.
Canceled? Listen, we're trying not to get canceled. Don't cancel us, friends. Yes. Okay, anyways, back to show business. Today is a special show. I got my bestie online. Hey, bestie.
Hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
If you have never tuned into this show, this is a mommy-daughter show where we talk about real-life situations and have a candid conversation to help rekindle and have an intentionality about boosting and healing and creating a new bond for mothers and daughters. And so I'm Ashley.
I'm Mia.
And we are She Birthed the Vibe podcast host.
Yes, and I am a co-host.
I thought you were the host. I was the co-host.
Oh,
girl.
I thought we were both co-hosts because it's co.
Okay, anywho, how she forgot her position. Because I'm the CEO, she the COO. But you the host, I'm the co-host. I follow your vibe, you the vibe.
But you birthed the vibe.
Yeah, okay. It should go in that order, but in the show we switched it.
Oh.
Yeah. She getting she 18 now, she getting that old memory.
Did you just out me? Bro, that was so rude.
Where the huzz at? If them huzz
She don't have nothing else to say. Rest of the podcast. Katia, back to you on station 2.
I can't help you.
No, because what is she talking about? Actually, no, Huz talk to me. No, Huz talk to her. She is not available, friends. But today is a special show. We're going to talk about raising. It takes a village to raise a kid. We are now parenting an adult child. She ain't grown yet, but she is 18. But we like to talk about, our experience in raising Mia and that experience for her having a godmom as beautiful and as wonderful as Katia, but as well as how that affected her life and how that influenced her life, as well as how our military careers and that journey went with us really having to team this walk of parenting. And so we're excited to have her on because we have candid conversations when we're together too. And so this was like the best way to segue out of our first season. This is our first season of She Birthed the Vibe. So we are ending the first season. We will have 13 more episodes next season, which will be next year in 2026. But I'm excited to have this to be our last live session for this episode because Katia is a very special person in our family. Yes, we say family because what people don't realize in the military is you don't have to be blood to be family. We end up making bonds that last for a lifetime. And one of those bonds happened to be Katia. And so we're happy to have her on. So first we're going to let her introduce herself and then just say whatever.
Let me cut it. Katia is mogging us right now, brother.
What is that?
I don't know what mogging means.
Mogging is like she has completely ate up the entire scene. She's sitting there. She's like,
I'm just agreeing.
I don't know, but like she's like killing it. I don't know. She's making the space, and I'm like, I'm very into it right now.
Hey,
I'm paying attention.
She is.
Okay.
Is it like smoldering?
It's like smoldering, yes. It's like smoldering, but you're like, mogged means like you topped everybody else in that arena.
Oh.
Hey.
So what says you mogging?
I'm mogging.
It's like basically like one up with the smolder.
Love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Brother, get with it.
Unintentional.
That's what the young people are saying. I'm trying to keep up.
Oh, no. I'm not young. I don't know how to introduce myself other than to say I am Katia. I am Ashley's bestie, or she's mine, or we are each other's.
All right.
And I am Mia's godmama. She was my first baby. So like when you told me about this show, I was like, I'm gonna cry on this thing, talking about my Mia, my first baby. And now she's 18 and all grown up and beautiful. But I didn't bring tissue, so I'm not gonna cry. But that's what Mia.
Not
That's
gonna
what.
cry. We're not. We're not.
I don't know. I wasn't gonna cry either way.
Okay, well, it's your turn to introduce what you have on the show and what this show means to you.
Okay, so this show means to me, it's almost like a way of like communicating for me and my mom. For a long time, we had a very rough communication or no communication at all. I'm too much like my mom. I'm too much like my mom and dad in like the perfect way that like sometimes me and my mom just like be butting heads, but we butt heads like in mind games. Like we not really like going at each other. It's like it's never like I'm like fist fighting or like direct. It's always like these like mind games. We're just like playing with each other in that type of way. But I would say for a long time we had like a rough communication or no communication at all. So I really liked this because it kind of like helped us when we got to like a better communication to share that with other people. Because sometimes I be hearing my friends talk about their moms and I'm like, your mom is like what? That's trifling. But also I know like a lot of people like sometimes it's like you get to that point with like sons and dads where like the son will like challenge their dad. But men are always super cool about stuff. Like they're like, oh, you took my girl? It's okay, we still friends next week though. But like for women, it's more like those mom-daughter relationships are very, very hard to recover once they're lost. So I feel like since we were blessed to be able to like recover ours, I feel like we should help other people recover theirs.
I love that. And I love how she said what she said about our communication because Katia is our what I call a competent adult. She is our competent adult in most situations, like Mia is saying with the growing up, like I just have to throw it Katia's way. Like am I saying it? Am I seeing it a different way? Am I thinking it a different way? And I love to have that friend that can give you that unbiased conversation, telling you what you don't want to hear and just keeping it real with the whole situation, like an unbiased conversation, period. Because she knows us both, she cares for us both, but she wants the solution to come out so that way we can get to a better outcome. So I like how Katia plays that role. So I wanted to start with before we get into like what we got into yapping snack break
rice cakes.
What is it again?
They're cookies and cream rice cakes.
Delicious.
Mia's yapping snack. Let me try one of these.
She's been looking at me the entire time I had them open, but that's fine.
I was waiting for the opportunity. That's very yum. Cookies and cream rice cakes. Very delicious. Okay, I can only have one because I'm in timeout. I'm in timeout. But I was going to start this conversation very funny. So I want to talk about how me and Katia met because I think that was very funny. But what I remember is I gave her a ride somewhere. But I had just had Mia, and I think Mia was about 3 months. But before that, we went on a run together. Now, back in the day, Ashley Marie was a running girl. I was running. That was my like free space. And I love to run. I got short legs, but trust me, I can go the distance. But Katia went on one of those runs with me, and she did not like it very much. And I think
Katia does not like to run.
Katia does not like to run at all. So she already didn't like to run. Then she got hooked up with the one person that would keep going until you tell her to stop. On a long run, which was beautiful to me. I loved how we ran through those mountains and those paths in Germany, where we were stationed at. But we were both on rear D. I had just had Mia 3 months, I believe. Mia was just born. Period. Like it was in that postpartum time frame. And then I gave Katia a ride somewhere, and I think that's just how we connected. But that's not how we developed the friendship. But that's how we got to know that I'm Ashley and she's Katia, and I had a little girl named Mia.
Yeah, that run wasn't fun. I did not like your mom at first after that run. At all.
We did not make an instant love at first sight friendship. I was just the person that she was just on that run with, and she did not like that.
I did not like the run.
At all. But then later on, we somehow kept getting stationed together. I don't know how we both ended up in Hawaii, but I think we just said like, hey, we ended up getting stationed in Hawaii. And then I think you said you were getting stationed in Hawaii. And then we just communicated because we knew each other that we were going to Hawaii. But the only thing I remember in Germany was we would, go out together, but we weren't really in the same group. But Nigel, her beautiful husband, our gentle giant, who we will talk about as well, was like one of my friends in the military as well. And so I helped him a lot when we first got into the orderly room and I was supply. But he had to go get his teeth pulled. I think his wisdom teeth. And so I was like one of his escorts. And so that's how I met her husband. And that's how we first became friends, because I was the only person available to go and take him to go get his teeth pulled. This is before Katia got here. And so
this is Nigel post Katia?
This is Nigel
pre-Katia.
Pre-Katia.
Hey, my snack.
Yeah. Pre-Katia. So that's how I met him, but it was just so surreal that we met then. And then like this whole time we're in this unit, and then we end up, I end up having that run with her because I end up rear D. She ends up rear D because she comes late into the unit, like enlisted. Got transferred.
I thought she was late.
No, transferred into the unit.
Yeah,
so we had already deployed. Then she comes into the unit. So we're rear D. And then and then they end up getting married later. And so that was just like I always think about our friendship and how it like all comes together. But I had a relationship with Nigel before, and then we're all in the same unit. And then Katia and them get together, and I'm like, oh, this is great because I married your father. That's a whole nother story. But then, then them two are getting together. So we knew somebody in Hawaii, and so that was like great for us to have that time to be in another place with people that we know. And I think that's the hardest part for me, because you move somewhere and you don't know nobody. But when you know somebody, then it's like, hey, at least you got some familiar faces. And it, made us, I think, a little bit closer. Then I realized how good Katia can cook. And I was like, listen, we need to be at her house.
We can't ever leave.
We have to get at her house every chance we can.
One Thanksgiving later, it was over.
Yes. Thanksgiving together, that's like the biggest thing. Post Thanksgiving talk now, like military people, we kind of usually have our Thanksgivings together if we're away from home. And so, yes,
that's true.
That's how that happened. Go to Thanksgiving with Katia, get that real turkey, and I'm telling you, it's over. It was over. Okay. Now, what is your experience before I start talking about
what meeting Katia?
Yeah. I mean, I know how you met Katia, but I just want you to talk about like why is this part of the show important for you?
The part where we tell each other when we met each other. So boom, I pop out my mom. I'm like, this.
Don't say that.
And then I see my dad. I'm like, okay. And so then I meet everybody. And so I don't know. Katia's really been there like as long as I can remember.
Right.
She's been there like she said I was 3 months old. I don't remember that. So for like as long as I can remember, Katia has been a big part in our lives. There was like a time where she it was like radio silence. Like we didn't like talk to her. Like we didn't like hear from her or nothing. So I kind of like thought like it was like one of those things like you just have like a friend and then like you just stop talking to them. But then she came back around, so that was cool. But yeah, for as long as I can remember, Katia has just been a part of my life.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted y'all to hear. And so this is a like we just said, we described it like this is my best friend. Everyone understands friendship lasts for whatever season friendships last. But she's known Mia her whole life. So at least 3 months into this life of Mia's, Mia has known this figure her whole life. And I wanted to capitalize on that because some of the conversation that Mia talks about and we talk about, there's no longevity in a lot of things. There's no stability in a lot of things. Then we had a military career and there's definitely no stability there because we're always bouncing. So just imagine I had to give Mia to a lot of sitters, childcare centers,
crazy people
in general that we literally have to trust with our children. And so that was the other part that I wanted to highlight because Kadia was one of those safe places. Kadia and Nigel were those safe places, which is why I wanted to mention him. So I wanted to talk about Nigel to start this. And so Nigel, as I discussed, is Mia's godparent too. Very good friend of mine in the military, as well as was Kadia's husband, but we lost him. And so Nigel is no longer with us, but he got killed in Afghanistan in 2011. And for us going through tragedy like that young, I felt like was another pivotal point in our friendship because we really had to lean on each other. For me, I never dealt with something that extreme. And so we didn't even know what to do. You don't really prepare as soldiers. Young soldiers don't prepare to really bury someone, lose someone, especially if you're married to someone and all the rigmarole that goes with.
See, I done told you.
You're crying. I'm sorry. We said no tissues, but we're gonna cry. I knew we were gonna cry.
Just gotta eat your snack.
I have apple pie. Go ahead.
There you go. Bite. She has her yapping snack is an apple pie, friend. She's gonna take a bite now.
I'm gonna take a bite.
Yes, but
gotta toast one up for the homies.
But it was so hard to see my friend go through that, to lose a close friend like that. I mean, he was doing everything. Like he was just living it up. He was going above and beyond, and I mean, he was what we do, swim with sharks and do all this crazy stuff right before y'all deployed. But we weren't ready for him to go. We weren't expecting to have that be our situation. And so that's part of our story too. We knew tragedy young. And so I think that created the bond, but that also created that space where you talk about like when you're going through grief, when you're going through phases and seasons of life, that was hard for us. For us, we don't know if we processed that whole situation right. We have no clue. We're still processing it now. We're still grieving now. I love the fact that Mia has mentioned Nigel her whole life. Like I said with Kadia, her whole life. She's 18 years old now. And she's been able to say memories of Nigel, even though me and Kadia really kept his memory alive in her because they were so close.
Y'all can't see, but like up on this thingy right here, there's a picture on the mantle. It's like at the very, very top in the corner. There's like that little picture right there. That's Nigel in the corner.
Yes.
One time, backstory. One time I lost that picture and I don't know. I was in a smaller room too. I lost that picture and I literally searched for it for like 2 weeks. And I was like, bro. And then I found it under my bed. But also, it's very hard to like not talk about Nigel because he's very irritating. In the sense like he does like I don't know if it might, I don't know, but some things will happen and you're just like, I just know that was you. And it's like I found it in the like nothing else is under my bed. No, let me tell you what I found under my bed. A stale burrito. And his picture is like on his like he's literally just laying there like perfectly with a stale burrito. What? I don't even remember eating this burrito. But hey, I don't know. That was just like too much for me.
Well, he was always stealing your food, so
disrespectful. Burrito under my bed. And then I'm like, and then my room, like, you know, like when you get those seasonal little ants that come in your house, my room is always the room that don't have no ants. And I got a whole burrito under my bed. God bless.
Every room had ants but Mia's room. And so he would agitate her. He would agitate all of us, actually.
Everyone.
Like, don't have food because he wants some. And don't be wasting your time or taking too much time trying to eat your food because he would like to know when you're done or if you're going to finish so he can finish. But I need to take my time and eat, sir. Please. Go and find some more food.
All types of trifling.
But I love the fact that Kadia and Nigel were stable memories, stable people that Mia had great memories about. Even that agitation part. Because I'm telling you, she don't like him 1 minute and the next minute she's like, my Nigel.
Kelly. My Kelly.
My Kelly. Yeah, my Kelly. It was my Kelly. Yeah. And so it was just so sweet to have people like that. And so that was one of those trust situations. They literally lived by Mia's childcare center. And so I needed someone to pick her up sometimes. We're in the uniform and mission supersedes a lot of things sometimes. And so having them available to go pick up Mia and I can pick her up from them after I finally do get off work was a blessing because Mia got some quality time with them. And I think that taught her a lot of spontaneous.
It definitely gave me a lot of spontaneity. But
yes.
I would say like I would just say like how lucky we are because if you think about it, like dropping your kids off with like some people you met in the military. Not saying all military people are crazy. Not saying they're all cool either. But you're dropping your kids off at the place and then you asking these random people to pick them up. Like they're essentially not. You don't know anybody really. You really never know anyone. And then like you getting like this great friendship, these great relationships that you can have for like a super duper long time. I don't know. I feel like you low key hit the jackpot with that one.
Yeah. So how was that experience for you, Katia? Like us trusting you with our child and getting to bond with this little person.
I was obsessed with Mia from the day that I had my eyes on her with her little chipmunk cheeks. I was obsessed. And her and Nigel cracked me up. He would poke her like a bear, and he would just poke her and poke her and poke her until she lost it. And then she'd kick him in the shins, and then like he would fly her like an airplane. It'd be perfectly fine. But Mia had my heart from day one, and I loved her, and I loved every minute I got to spend with her. She healed a lot of my heart, and this was even before North Carolina. I'm sure we'll get to North Carolina, but even before North Carolina and in Hawaii, she filled this like void in my heart I didn't know was there. She was my baby. I don't know if she's your baby, but I claim her. She's mine too.
Yes, she's definitely our baby, and you have rights to say that. Because what was I fixing to say? Oh yeah, I love the way that you loved her and y'all loved her for real. You know, I've had a lot of different people's between nannies or sitters over the years, but y'all loved her for real. For real, she enjoyed time with y'all. You know, there's people that you send your kids to, and
They're like, oh, mom,
they're
please
like,
come get
don't
me.
do it. They're like, you know, you're like for military families that understand what I'm saying. Like you're prying your kid off of you, and that's the most heartbreaking thing because now you got to go focus, and I can't focus because I just heard my child screaming, you know. And so I love that about Mia because it gave me a clarity. But Mia was like Kadi said, also like Mia was a blessing for us because Mia was a whole different kind of child, you know. Like she made it easy and it's scary in a sense because like I always tell her when she was younger, like she wouldn't wake up, she just liked to sleep. She still liked to sleep. She still liked to sleep.
With
She
her
just
eyes open and food in her cheeks.
chipmunking, like always.
When I wake up,
chipmunking.
I'm gonna eat that. Like y'all need to chill.
Period. But she's just been a blessing in disguise this whole time. And so having that friendship, having Kadia and having Nigel, having Mia have that relationship with Nigel, having her Kelly, having her Kadia. I think she used to call you Tia or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Something. But it was just special because then we had that whole family that we get to bond with. So my first question beyond that one, we're going to come back to that, but I wanted y'all to give you the foundation. This is a military bond, not blood. Blood does not have to be, you know, a lifetime bond, but you can make bonds with individuals based on circumstances or what I want to say compatibility. And so me and Kadia had all of the above, you know, life plus, you know, we just love spending time together. Like I love if I want to find a happy space or if I want to live, if I need a reason to live, like Kadia is my reason to live. But there's been scary moments where that is not the story. And so that's why we want to highlight having a vibe, having a tribe, because you can't do everything alone. Honestly, you cannot, especially when it comes with raising kids. And I'm thankful that I had the courage to at least reach out to individuals to help me because I got 3 girls. And I'm telling you, Kadia just heard the riffraff before we even got on the show. Like they're going back and forth all day. And I'm like, yo, would y'all just chill out?
It's the little ones.
She always says the little ones, but she the big one. Ain't you supposed to lead by example or something? I don't think she get that part.
No, I run a strict program, and if they get out of line, I'm snapping.
I'm the little sister, so I know big sisters are annoying. I'm just putting that out there.
See, there she goes.
I know. I'm just saying.
No, the problem was the parents. I don't know. It's like you had a good kid the first time, so it was so good. You were like, "Oh, I want to do it again." Psych, boy. It's going left this time.
So my first question was, what is one childhood memory of me and Kadia that always makes you laugh when you think about it?
That always makes me laugh when I think about it.
Yes.
Of you and Kadia?
Yes. Or you can do it separate, like a time with Kadia, a time with me. But it has to do with both of us, like as friends.
Okay. I don't know. I would say with Katia, it was that one time like we were in the kitchen. We were in the kitchen and she's making me like this toast from Halloween candy. I don't know if like she came up with this on the spot, but it was like French toast, but it was like s'mores French toast. So she's like smashing it all together. But like at the time, like it wasn't like now, because now like you'll buy the actual Hershey's bars. Like back then, you made it out of every little insy bitsy like chocolate little Hershey bar. And it was like some marshmallows that you literally just found in the cabinet.
Don't judge me. You love them.
Like we're doing that, but like that's what made it funny. Like she's using like stuff like she just had around the house, and she's like, "Oh, do you want me to put chocolate in there?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm at the kitchen table, and I'm just like, I'm so down for this idea, and she's like doing it, and she gives it to me, and it's so good. And then the dog's trying to eat some. That was really funny. And she's like, "Look at that!" And then I was trying to give him some, and she was like, "He can't eat that. He's gonna die." And then I think funny thing with mom, I think it would be like, it's not really like funny, but I don't know. My mom was always pretty funny. Like I don't know. I think she's she's just comical like when she's not trying to be comical. I would say like when we would all come to North Carolina. Oh wait, no. This one's funny with both of them. One time, these white men pulled up outside the house. So this other lady we used to live with named Angela grabbed her gun, and mind you, her gun is pink. It's like one of those deer guns. And she grabs the gun, she goes to the door. She's like, and Cody's like, "Mia, go play." So I hop in my ball pit. And I'm like at the ball pit like this. That's crazy. Because that's absolutely insane. And I think mom's in there, but like mom's not really doing nothing. Mom's like, "Should we go outside?" And Cody's like, "No, I'm gonna let Angela do it." So then Angela goes outside.
I don't remember any of this.
She goes like at the door, and then she has her gun like in her hand, and then she goes outside, and then Kadia's like standing at the door like, "Are they good?" And then she comes back in the house, and mom's like, "No, they're all good. They were just probably looking at the house."
Were they Mormon or something?
I don't know, but there was like a white guy. I don't know if y'all got government secrets. I don't know. But it's like a white guy. He had like long hair. He just looked like he was lost.
Oh wow!
But he almost caught a couple bullets that day.
Say he about to catch some.
But she didn't look like she really knew how to like shoot anybody. I'm pretty sure she did, but like the way she was grabbing it, she was like to the door.
Oh wow!
That was very, very funny.
I was ready to pop off on somebody. I thought that was the time when you opened the door and Katia almost whooped you for real.
No, that was the time. No, that was the time. It was just me and Katia in the house, and I opened the door for that white guy, and he was like, "Are there any adults here?" Like he wasn't like weird. He was like, "Why are you in the door?" And I was like, "Come in." Oh. And then she was like, "Call somebody," and she was like, "I have to whoop you now." But it took her 30 minutes to whoop me, bro.
I never did, because I never had the heart for. I remember Christmas. I bought you something. I bought Weston something. You were so mad at me because you wanted Weston's present. And then I was so sad. I called your mom and dad, and they were like, "Whoop her," and I was like, "I can't."
No, but that day she was like, "We're gonna have to do something."
You cannot be opening the door. That's not safe,
bro. He looked cool. I was just gonna let him in. I think the reason I opened the door was he was saying Katia. He was saying, "Katia, it's something." But I remember I asked him, "Who is it?" So I was being safe.
Oh, you're okay.
I asked him,
"Who is it?"
Hello.
No. Listen, our kids know now. They don't never answer no door for nobody. You act like you ain't even at the house. You better not even be present. They don't want to hear it. You shouldn't hear a sound, a peep, or nothing.
Unless it's a fine salesman outside.
No.
Then I open it just a crack.
Well, she's gonna make choices that she can live with, guys. She is now 18.
No,
all right, this one's for you, Katia. What's the funniest, most surprising moment that you ever had as a godmother?
The funniest one was when Mia was in North Carolina with me, and Ashley says, "If you take her swimming, you got to take her hair out and wash it, and then you got to brush it and put this lotion in it." So Mia goes swimming, and I don't know where because I didn't have a pool, but I remember I took her swimming. Maybe it was a hotel. I don't know. But I took her hair out, and I washed it, and then I'm like, do I put the lotion on it when it's wet, or do I wait for it to dry, or what do I do? So then, because, my texture and Mia's texture not the same, so I have no idea what I'm doing. So I call Ashley, and surprise, surprise, she doesn't pick up her phone. So now I'm like, what do I do? Because I don't know anybody in North Carolina. So I go to Facebook, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Do I put lotion in her hair now or later? And Dr. I can't remember her maiden name, but She was with me at Walter Reed, and she was like, put it in there while it's wet. So then I do Mia's hair. I put the lotion in there, and I give her strawberries so she doesn't get mad at me while I'm like going through her hair. And I know. So I gave her some strawberries, but then I didn't know what to do. So I tried putting little twists in her hair. So I put little twists in her hair, and I was so proud of myself until she went to sleep. And then she woke up the next day looking like she was, I don't even know if I can say it on this without getting you canceled. So she looked crazy. Like Coolio, but like Coolio had a rough night, real bad.
My gosh.
So I ended up, I have a picture. But I ended up having to take her to a professional because that was no point. Okay. No.
Yes, Katia, come through.
That happened.
Yes,
I'm gagged.
So this beautiful soul right here
I remember going to her.
took Mia off my hands and made her look like this little princess.
Oh, so cute. Yes, great.
But she definitely started at the bottom.
Boy, look at that hairdo.
That's probably when she made me that s'mores tongue because I was sitting just in that chair.
You were drinking hot chocolate one of these pictures, I think.
I'm always getting fed around her.
Hot cocoa with the Bonte nuts.
I ended up twisting the Coolios into those little things.
Love it. That was a great cover up. But yes,
Lord have mercy.
Chronicles of Mia getting her hair done was epic. But that was funny because that was back in the pink lotion days where we had, if you know what pink lotion is, so if you do put it on wet or if you do put it on dry, like for Mia's hair, Mia knows it now because she has to do her own. She's been doing her own hair, but literally stuff just goes on top of Mia's hair. So really, to Katia's defense, she had a particular kind of hair that she had to deal with.
That is so true. Like now, like for me to get, I'll stand in the shower, like, and my hair's getting wet, and the droplets will just fall through my hair. Nothing really penetrates in my hair, so I have to use now I get a special For You lotion or like For You shampoo, and it'll like open up my pores so that stuff can actually get in there, because before it's like a hard-headed. Yes. Horrible.
Yes, but Katia did a great job because I'm telling you, she tried. She was really putting effort. She was stressing, putting forth effort, and yes, guys, she was
breaking Rachel Brown.
I didn't answer my phone a lot, so sorry about that. I don't never know where my phone is.
She just trusted her so much. She just knew she had it in the bag.
But yes, you did have it in the bag, and you did a great job, and that's what I love too, because in those seasons where Mia had to live with Katia, so like we said, we met in Germany. My first duty station. Was that your first duty station, Katia?
That was my third.
Okay, so her third duty station, and then we transferred to Hawaii, lived in Hawaii together, and then we all PCS or left after losing Nigel, and Katia moved to North Carolina. I was still in the military. I had probably one of my leadership schools, I think, because I had to go to Virginia. And so Mia had to live with Katia, like literally live with her for a little while. While I was in school. And so these are the different transitions that you have to go through. And what people don't realize is like you literally got to have somebody to give your child up to. Because I can't take her to training with me. I can't take her everywhere with me. And so to have a friend like Katia and to put that trust into be able to do my job and to not worry about it. Sorry, too heavy. To not have to worry about anything when she's with me. And like I never ever had those questions. Now, listen, there were a lot of questions from other places, but we're not going to get canceled in that form either. But listen, the rebellion against Katia was up there, but I'll be fighting by my Katia. If you got something to say about Katia, just don't say it, okay? Just be quiet. Because Katia is doing what she needs to do, and she does her best. And she genuinely cares about my Mia. So she's not, putting her in harm's way or whatever. But I had to learn that because as a young person, like I'm always listening to so many different voices. But now it's like me and Katia, we don't care. Like we're too old for that. We do not care about them voices. It's like whatever we say.
I have enough voices in my head. I don't need anybody else's.
We have our own little voices up there. But I'm glad that we've grown in that capacity because I can just bounce that off of Katia and she's like my sounding board that can be like, listen, like you don't got to worry about none of that. Or you know, like she'll give me that motivation to let me know that I'm in the right space. And being that help with Mia has really helped because, like Mia said, we have conversations and it's not really an argument, but we're saying the same thing. Most time we literally
Me and Mom will say the
saying
exact
the
same
same
thing. She's saying it in from 1942, and I'm saying it from today. And we're saying the same thing, but like we say it in different ways.
1942?
No, because
You know I'm older than your mama, right?
She be acting like she is from the 1900s. Like she's acting like
She is from the 1900s.
No, she's acting like she's fresh from the boat. Fresh off the boat, like slavery type thing.
Oh, no,
we were watching this movie recently, and it was from 1908. And she's like, yeah, y'all new generation don't know nothing about that track and field. Y'all got pads and stuff. And I'm like, you had pads and stuff. What was you jumping?
Volleyball has pads.
What? No, the dude was doing like long high jump or something. She's out here just wants to talk about this new generation like she's not in it.
Fun fact, I did play volleyball in the sand in Iraq with my knee pads and my elbow pads on. I was not trying to get skinned up. I don't play about my skin. I already got one gash in my knee. I ain't need to have no more gashes now. I got made fun of and there's lots of photos. But I have my knee pads and my elbow pads. They issued it to me. Why would I not wear them? I'm finna play volleyball. And I'm about to go hard.
They issued it to me. Why would I not wear that?
I'm about to go hard.
But back on the topic, I would say not only like just having like that trust for Katia is like one of the only places. Like Mom would drop us off a lot of places, and when I leave this place, I have a little sister. She don't know nothing. She's so oblivious to life. She's so special. She's slow. Like I love my little sister, and she's very smart. She's very kind. No, she's not kind. But anyway, but like her brain doesn't recognize danger. She's like, oh, let's do everything. I'm like, Kelly, we're gonna die. But Kadia's like one of the only places, like when we're both there, I can just be like, I can just chill. I don't have to worry about Kelly. I don't have to do whatever I have to do. I just have to do like whatever I need to do. Like every other place, I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do? I need to make sure this person's okay. Like I need to make sure like this person's gonna be cool to Kelly. And person, like we cannot be separated. Well, Katia, if Katia takes Kelly to the store, I know Kelly's gonna come back. I know she might come back early because Kelly is irritating.
You leave my baby alone.
Exactly.
No, she's done.
Let's talk about another story.
She's done.
Mia almost suffocated Kelly when she was a baby, and I had to call Katia with the Mayday, I'm about to hurt this child. Come get her. Because Mia was trying to watch her show, and she put her hand over her nose and her mouth.
How old was I? 4?
Okay,
but listen, let me set the scene for you. Imagine your entire life had been quiet up to this point. Quiet, silence. Your mom's belly starts growing. You're like, what is that? She's eating too much Chipotle. So cool. 9 months later,
no Chipotle in
her belly pops out this alien thing that's white. Doesn't even look like anybody we ever known ever in our lives. Like, every single day at the most convenient times possible. And it just doesn't be quiet. It's hungry. It needs to be fed. It needs to be slapped. It just needs to go. So, boom.
Not slapped.
She has this thing. And it's not be quiet. And you're 4. You don't know, like, how, like, asphyxiation works. I know if I do this, you're going to be quiet, though. That's how we set the scene. Guys, they didn't teach me about suffocation. Now, if I have a kid and I have an annoying kid, I'd be like, hey, this not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Now you know. That was a lesson you learned pretty good.
Now you have to teach that to the children early so they don't hurt their siblings. If I knew that was gonna hurt her, I wouldn't do it. I just want to be quiet. She's too loud.
Yes. Do you remember that experience, Katia?
I remember you calling me and telling me I needed to come get her.
Yes.
That she was not in a safe place. I do remember that call. Yep.
Yes, definitely. And so I like that part too, because there's situations where, you know, you really got to have that conversation. And so they talk about postpartum whenever you have the baby and stuff and all the different things. I don't think I had postpartum, but I was really scared. Like if I talk about the emotion that I had in that situation, I was just really scared because my youngest child definitely was a screamer. Like she just cried so much.
Unless I was holding her.
Right. Unless Katia was holding her, and Christine, when you get around to seeing this, her too, like we got all these pictures of everybody. She's smiling for everybody, but she does not give me any breaks at all. But so they called it colic back then, but I mean at the end of the day, she just was screaming. And so I was already listening to that. And so, and then you have other kids, and everybody knows this as a mom, and you have multiple kids, that stress and that strain, you ain't getting no sleep. The baby's new, blah, blah. And so to have somebody to call and be like, listen, this other child's not going to make it because she just suffocated. The one that's already screaming that I want to suffocate sometimes, but you can't. Like, it's
I'm
just
out here handling our life.
It's just a stressful situation. So for Kadia to come in and really help, and I have another friend, she has twins right now. Elisa, I'm gonna shout you out. But she's like, if people would just stop saying, how can I help you when you're having babies, and to just be that help. And so she's pretty much saying, like, when can I help you? How can I help you? And you give me a date. Well, I can't give you a date because in 5 minutes I might get vomited on. So how about you just come over? And then when you come over, listen, I got all the things that you can do. So like, you just be the present help rather than us having to call. And so when I had to call, sometimes, that's very helpful to have somebody to just take Mia away. And she took her away, talk to her. Of course, like Mia said, like, she is 4. She doesn't really know what she's doing. She, in her mind, she just needed that noise to be quiet because she couldn't hear what she was listening
my baby.
to.
I didn't bring this little
in
baby.
my mind, I'm just scared because literally I haven't heard this child go silent. So she's silent. So something's wrong. And so to see that my other child was literally suffocating her, I could have, like, hit her or whooped her, but I just knew what she was trying to do and what was happening to my other child. So I don't know how long she actually had her hand over her mouth or whatever. So I was just going through that whole situation in fear.
Was she like, when I took it off, did she start breathing?
I don't remember. Like, I was so frantic because I really just saw you. Like, that's all I remember. Like, she's not making any
God
noise.
Bless.
I don't think you definitely didn't lose consciousness. None of that.
Right, because I'm not like
it wasn't that
strangling
serious.
her.
But yeah. So it's a situation like that Kadia really came in to help. And so I don't know what your other godparents are doing with your life, but Kadia has the number 1 star.
Parent of the Year award. White Woman of the Year. We need to get her that shirt.
I need a crown.
She needs a crown. And my friend is not just white; she's Portuguese.
Portuguese girl of the year.
Yes.
So I have flavor.
She has flavor. Give her flavor. Sprinkle that seasoning because she cooked with the seasoning. Okay, it always has flavor.
Portuguese Woman of the Year.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie.
Kadia's mom MVP with the cooking as well.
Ava is always trying to feed somebody. You want this?
She gets it
from
her mom.
Now. I want it now.
Yes.
I'll be bringing some Portuguese rolls to Louisiana.
Hey, yes, in the suitcase. I love it. Listen, we love all of the food from Portugal. We have never been, but we need to visit because
we gotta go fast.
We get a little piece of it every time we see Kadia.
I'm gonna get a passport.
You should get a passport.
Please get
a passport. So
please get a passport.
Right.
Now that you have a license, get a passport.
Right.
See, now that I'm legal.
Now that she is legal.
Get a license.
Yes, definitely. But
it's hard out here.
Recapping everything because we are running out of time. We just really wanted to captivate having help as you parent and having that longevity and that stability in a friendship, having that longevity and that stability as a godparent or as another figure that helps raise your children. Mia has always had a positive insight on Kadia and positive insight and conversations about Nigel. But for kids to have to lose those individuals, so young, and us to have those conversations, to have those memories. Kadia took Mia to the cemetery a lot of times to go visit Nigel. We've been able to go collectively as a family, but weaving in the tragedy plus the making memories that matter really has been our harmony and our heartstrings and our beauty of our relationship. Yes, life has been tough. Mia mentioned as well, we're not going to skip over that there was a period of no communication or no talking or detachment of friendship, but that goes with life, that goes with grief, that goes with I was getting a divorced and dealing with all of that, which was an attachment of our relationship, me and Kadia's relationship, that was confusing because I was masking something that my friend could have helped me with. And sometimes you don't realize who's there to help you when you're dealing with hard things. And so we didn't know how to deal with that thing either. But what I love is that our friendship still survived that, and it survived a lot of gaps, and it has continuously survived a lot of different things, and everything is not hunky-dory, everything is not, things that we like, but we have those conversations, and we try to deal with it. Like, I'm going to say try, because we literally may just try to just giggle past it. but or eat apple pie, or eat
Maybe
apple.
apple pie. But
Right.
can I hop in real quick? Because I will say you said something earlier about, trying to do things by yourself. And I think that's part of those blackout periods for us. We were trying to do things on our own. Like I was grieving by myself, like trying to conquer that. You were going through yours, doing your, trying to conquer it on your own. And we kind of just, whoop. But then, God kind of just put us back together. So now you can't get rid of me. So
Period.
I'm here.
Period. We cannot get rid of her, and I love that. And I didn't know friendships like that, and so I'm glad that God gave me a friend like Katia, because even like she just said, like, you can't get rid of me. Like, you got to have that kind of connection with somebody that is like, okay, like, yeah, you just said that, but I'm still gonna talk to you tomorrow. And to be able to have her to say good morning to, or just say good night to, or just talk about anything or anytime, that's refreshing, because it helps life, go smoothly. And like, now we have communication where it's me, her, and Mia, because I want to make sure that we're having profitable conversations, and I don't know how to raise an adult. She don't know how to raise an adult either, but we're we're figuring this thing out, and I knew that I could not do that by myself, like, period. I knew that. And so it's stuff like that I have a teammate that can be like, yeah, like, I don't really be knowing what's happening and have the conversations, but I am here. And that's what I love about me and Kadia's friendship, because we have that I am here. Literally, we're throwing money in each other's purses when we're together, because it's like, I ain't taking no money for that. And she's stuffing it in my purse. I'm stuffing it in her purse. And then her mom is calling us silly girls all the time, because we're always silly. But I just treasure it. I truly treasure it. I like that my kids can see something like that, because I pray that they find friendship like that to help them. Me and Katia are going to be the best of grandparents when they're 40. When they're 40.
I was gonna say I'm already there, honey. Like, hold on.
They're 40.
Yes.
When they're 40. Because
Yes.
not right now.
Yes. You have time.
How old you be? 60?
I don't care. We're going to be young and fresh.
We don't need to be doing math right now.
Right. That part. School is out. You're on school.
Hold on break. A second. We don't need to do all this.
Let's not do no math right now. But what? So this has been what? Over 15 years of friendship. 15 plus 17 years.
You said y'all met when I was...
Yeah, but like, we weren't really like all the way locked in as godparents till it was 4, for sure.
Okay.
Don't do no more math, okay?
14
Don't do no more math.
I didn't do anything.
But what else you gotta say? Because I can just keep going on and on, because I feel like we made it as a mom and daughter because I had a Katia. If everybody else doesn't have a Katia, how do they survive? I don't know. But I do know that you can't do it by yourself. And I do know that it takes a village, and it takes, resources. If you don't have physical resources, there's community resources that can help you, parent, if you're a single parent. And if you're a married couple, find another married couple that you can vibe with.
I don't know. I feel like we're just like really blessed to have a Katia. Not everybody's gonna come in contact with a Katia in their lives. Not everybody has like that really strong support system. But I would say, like, when you find it, like, do everything in your power to like hold on to that and make sure you don't lose those connections. Especially if it's over like something silly. Like, I would say, like, let's just keep it together, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around and say the same thing back to you guys, because when everything went south, you guys saved my life. Like, Benny's my son, for those who don't know. Benny saved my life from making poor decisions as an adult. Like, once he came into the picture, I kind of grew up real quick. But Mia and Ashley and Kelly and them, when Nigel passed, you were my sunshine. I'm looking at Mia specifically. You're my sunshine too, but I'm splitting the screen right now.
I bring them apart.
Mia, she, there's not a lot of girls like you. And you have to be patient with me and your mom, because, you're watching us grow up while you grow up, because we don't know what we're doing. We have no idea what we're doing in our lives, let alone your life, because you're a whole different bag of tricks. Like, we gotta figure you out.
Period. Like,
No, but I definitely remember those days. Like those days are like it's like Kadi would have like the hard days, and like she takes like those little like pauses, or like she just feels a little bit like heavier. I feel like ever since like for my entire life, I can always like feel people. I don't like to feel people, not in the way like my mom feels people, because my mom will like feel you and she'll cry with you. I'm not gonna cry with you, but like I can adjust very fast. I'm very good at like adjustments and like acclimating to where I'm put at. So I just like I always have felt like I feel people. I can like see your, I don't want to say like your aura, but I want to see like I can see like your like light, and I can see like when it dims, and I can see like when it's shining brighter, and that's how I was describing it to people. But I can see like when your light goes like in like a moment, like I can see when it goes, and I can see when it goes. So I feel like I've always been able to see that, and like in those moments when Kadi was like having an extra hard day, like I can see like some of it. I don't remember every day, but I remember the days like sometimes she was like crying in the bathroom, and I'm like, "How are you doing?" And then just like little stuff like that.
She's an amazing distraction on those hard days in the best kind of way. My little Mia. I have Mia, big Mia too, but that little Mia.
she was so precious, right? Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
And then she was always trying to feed us bamboo. You remember? She had this obsession with trying to feed us bamboo.
Man, too much bamboo.
Y'all don't know bamboo is a delicacy. I just started eating bamboo, like bamboo shoots. They put it in pho. It's nasty, but it's really, really gross. It don't taste like nothing, but like celery, but dry, very dry.
Ew.
Gross.
Okay. You have anything else you want to say? Because what I'm about to say next is controversial, but I'm going to end it with that.
Controversial. Okay.
Are you going to get canceled?
No, I don't think we're going to get canceled.
What are we going to say?
You ready?
Sure.
I was just going to say, listen, guys, fight for your friendships, because I had a hard time, but I think it was just the generation that we live in, because I know there's interracial relationships, but I got interracial friendships, and I did not like the way that conversation kept coming into my friendship, because I love Kadia to the point, like I said, I end up having to just fight people about Kadia. Like, if you got something negative to say about Kadia, pretty much write it down, put it in an envelope, and I'll read it later. I don't want to talk about it, and I'm really not going to deal with it. But like, I felt like people put a racial situation on anything, like raising kids and stuff like that, when at the end of the day, Kadia was the most loyal person that could help me when I needed help right then. And it's not even about me needing her. It's just about having that comfort and that safety and that security of someone that I can trust. So I don't care what color she is. She was the person that showed me true, genuine, unconditional, like friendship, love, care, consideration. And most of us military people understand that with battle buddies, because at the end of the day, we got to serve together. We got to fight together. We got to do everything together. So it didn't matter the color, of the person. But I definitely want to mention that, because I think some people like me really got handicapped by the fact that I was not, what do you call it? Like,
black enough?
Not black enough, but like dishonoring myself or whatever.
By being friends with a white woman?
Not being friends with her, but like trusting her that much. It's about the total, like, she got the keys to my house, my car. She gave me her car. Like, we don't do that with everybody. You don't. And it ain't about her being white either, because I wish I had a black friend that I could do that with, but I don't at this moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. Like, I knew if I throw her the keys, she's got it, and I wasn't even going to think about anything else. I don't want to think about that with anybody, and it don't got to be black or white situation, but I got so much flack for her being, she ain't even white. They don't even know that. They don't know she's Portuguese, okay? But it was just, I honestly dealt with that so much, especially when you were with her. That part.
That's true. That's true. Because I know, like, there's a lot of times where people are like, oh,
right.
What y'all doing?
Was it? Were you at my house? She was at the house over the summer that time, and then her brother called on the phone, and I was like, hold on, honey. What did he say to you? He's like, who's that white lady on the phone?
Yes, who's that white lady on the phone? And they're like, where you at? You okay, twin? No, I'm good down here. I'm staying down here in the suburbs.
Yes. And so I really want. I mean, I think the narrative is changing in life, but I'm going to her Thanksgiving. I'm going.
I mean, you would get riffraff for anything, honestly. I mean, it'd be less if you had a black friend. It's like, oh, what if she's a little bit too ghetto? What if she's a little bit too up there? People are gonna give you something about everything. She just happens to like look white. And I mean, I could get about the children things because I mean, we all kind of do it, and sometimes it saves lives because sometimes that kid isn't supposed to be with that person, and in that time it saves a life. But another time it's like, why are you my business?
Right.
So it's kind of the price you pay to just be in each other's business. But I don't know how like y'all feel, but I personally would want somebody to check me every single time
to see if you're supposed to be with her.
Right, like I was you, like if that's my child, I want somebody to check them. Like I want to make sure like you, like the people are, when I feel like when people lose their concern for other people, I feel like I don't see it as you being in my business. I feel like you seeing it as like you see something that doesn't inherently go together, and it might be okay, and it might actually go together, but I just feel like you should check that for a second at least. I don't know, like if you see a kid getting snatched in the car,
yeah, obviously,
just and they're like two different clothes. I'm like, oh no. Right. I would want to go check that out, even if it's your kid being bad and you about to whoop them. I feel like we should all have the humanity to kind of be like, what you doing?
Do you know this lady?
Yes. Now I'll be like, yeah, that's my Claudia. And then we keep going with our day.
Yes.
We were the odd couple when you were in North Carolina. I'd be toting you around. We get looks.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of looks. It's always the other white women. They wish they had one of those. They did.
A Mia or a Claudia?
Where do I get one? No, a Mia.
They wanted a Mia.
They wanted to adopt it. Yeah.
Where did you get one?
Oh gosh, we're gonna cancel now. Anywho, definitely wanted to share that because that was our truth. But as you already heard, we love Katia and we are thankful for her. But we are thankful that we have what did we say? We have raised an 18-year-old. That's what we said, right? We have raised a whole 18-year-old child. Clock it.
I don't
even.
You
got another 20 years to go.
20 years. Life is already getting too long. They're gonna cut my driver's license off. I just got a new one. It's actually up there, but that's not besides the point. The way they cut me off the second it was my birthday was insane. Health insurance, God, I need to join the military and get disabled.
Please stop saying that. We don't want none of that. But we're excited because we do have more kids in this family bunch, and we're excited to help them grow. We got our Benny, the only boy.
Yeah, Benny is cool though.
Yes.
I'm still working on him.
And then we have our Kelly and our Zentasia. And so we are happy that we can utilize this dynamic and this bond and this friendship to kind of help, give different perspective. It gives the kids another out. If they don't want to tell me, trust me, you don't got to tell me everything. Because half the time I don't even want to hear it.
She don't.
But if you can't tell me, please tell someone. And I love that they can tell Katia, they can tell their grandparents, they can tell whomever else they feel is, a safe space. And so that's what we also like to communicate. So if you're trying to figure out, what's that area that you're missing or how to fill that area that you're missing with connecting with your child, you're probably missing a safe space for them as well as a safe space for you. Because it's not just about them being safe. You mothers in general, y'all, we already know. We cannot just drop them off, take them somewhere without all of those rigmarole of questions of what ifs, liabilities, and situations that can happen in that circumstance. And so I hope that helped with us describing that. I mean, for us, this was just a good time to have time with Katia and to just chit chat and to reminisce. She has all of our beautiful memory photos behind her. Look at the props, friends. And so we're super excited about what our future holds with Mia, what her next destinations are, and we're going to be here every step of the way.
Yep. And you will always have a bed in my house, just so you know.
Ooh, a bed in your house. And I will
always sleep in it.
Yes. Listen, I'm coming
Benny's
over.
bed is too comfortable, guys. He's got like a double-decker.
That's the most comfortable bed in the whole house.
don't know what he has
That's
going
who you
on.
need to talk to. You talking about
So
buying a
good.
bed. You need to tell her what that bed is. Because that's the
I
bed.
bought this bed in Hawaii.
Oh,
Moved it over here. I don't know what it is.
I
gotta
need to
get to
get that. I
Hawaii.
need them Oahu beds. They got that bamboo in them. I need some of that. They probably got coconut shells.
Bamboo.
I don't know. It's too good.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who's going to be tuning in later. This was the Me, My Mom, and My Godmom show. We just talked about the different dynamics of raising Mia and her siblings, but having that stability and that foundation to have, that help to raise a child and to just go through life together. What are your final words?
Thank you guys for taking a peek in my life. I have loved this conversation. I love all the memories I got to share. I just love like talking about this because I feel like this was low key like an untapped terrain for a second. But thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
What you got, Katia? Final words goes to you.
My final words. Mia, you are my first baby. I keep saying that. You are my first child ever, and I love you. And Ashley, you're my forever ride or die, giggle buddy, everything. And I can't wait to spend my life with you in a very best friend kind of way.
Best friend kind of
Yes. Best friend kind of way. I love that.
Yes,
we love you too.
Well, thank you for spending this time with us. You have a great night. Y'all have a great night later.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.